Hey, what's up, Skelemystyk? From the humble beginnings of the castle dorm room to the grandest, most spacious, most beautiful glitch palace in the sky, everyone seems to have a favorite house that they call home and love to hang their hat in. In this video, we're going to be talking about and examining and maybe even visiting the top 5 most favorite houses in the spiral. So follow along with me and let's go. Number 5 on the top 5 most favorite houses in the spiral is the Sun Palace. I honestly, whenever I was taking the information in for the votes for the favorite house, I wouldn't have thought of this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a gorgeous house. It does have a lot of cool features, including its own PvP ring. It is retired now. I mean, as far as the actual bundle card that it came with goes, it is retired. But it doesn't mean you still can't get it on House of Palooza every once in a while. Regardless of that, it makes it kind of exclusive because you can't just go to the GameStop or the Crown Shop and buy it. You have to wait for a House of Palooza these days, and that in itself makes it kind of mysterious, kind of exclusive. It has, among other things, a couple of cool features, including, let's just go ahead and pop that in now if you didn't know, some hidden walls, so you can pop into your own little private area here if you want to have a kickback party, you know, maybe a barbecue going on, something like that. And oddly enough, because I think partially because it's so exclusive, not everybody knows about this secret wall, even though it's an older bundle house and it has been around for a while. Oddly enough, I still find instances where people have no idea that that invisible wall is right there. And I mean, I don't know why, but, well, they don't. So that is one of the hidden features of the Sun Palace that makes it excellent. It has its own PvP ring like most bundle houses do. It's also got Magilla Gorilla in here. If we can get to him. Oh, come on, load screen. Load screen, there we go. Who will very kindly hand you some of his bananas. I love that hair though. Look, this is like Elvis Gorilla. Look at that. Dude has got a straight pompadour going on there. Big old maybe not even a pump, maybe even a beehive. This might be a girl gorilla from the 50s because she's got he or she has got a beehive that just won't quit. All right, let's see what he gives for a gift, just for the heck of it.
Perhaps he has a present for you?
He does. He gave me a prickly bear cactus seed, which is not bad. That's a pretty good gift. Earthquake treasure card as well. All right, let me pop this back off of there again. I hate to have my extra things on there if I don't have to. And we'll pop it back out here again and go for a quick interior. Oop. And we'll go for a quick interior run so you guys can check that out. The interesting thing, or one of the interesting things about the Sun Palace is it doesn't look like it's very big on the outside. I mean, that's the whole house right there. It doesn't look that very big on the outside. But when you get in there, boys, it's got some space. It's like one of those magic in a box houses. You know, a box is like 6 inches square, but you can put 60 pounds of something in it. That's what this house really is. I mean, here we go. Let's go in here and check it out. You saw what it looked like from the outside. Look how big it is on the inside. It does not look that big outside. One of the things I'd like to do one day is take a glitch up there to get up in that upper area that's lighted right there with that the big like star panel and whatnot. I'd like to do that one of these days. It's just one of those things I haven't thought about. But yes, this house is quite larger on the inside than it looks from the outside. And that is a wonderful feature. I like the carved wooden heads. I like the size of the bedrooms. I think the toilet should be bigger, but, well, actually, I think the toilet should be existent. They don't even... Have you ever noticed that they never have, like, actual beds or actual toilets in Wizard101? I'm not quite sure why they don't. Our wizards, like, yeah, you know what I mean. Don't they do anything, you know, besides walk around and cast spells? I think they should have bathrooms in these houses. But that's, again, I'm digressing from the point. The Sun House is the number 5 most favorite house in the spiral because of its beauty, because of its design, and because of the really cool features that come with it. Guys, there it is. The Sun Palace. Let's go ahead now and move up to the next house on the list. Though it is one of my personal favorites, the number 4 most favorite house in the spiral was voted as the Darkmoor Manor. There's a lot, I have to say, there's a lot to love about this house, especially if you're well, I won't say death enthusiast. If you're a grim and grimy kind of enthusiast, you know, you like the creepy, crawly kind of stuff, this is definitely the house for you. Comes with various freebies all day long. I got Red Grapes of Wrath, which is not a bad seed. Today's seed day, apparently. You can pick up seeds, you can pick up gear, you can pick up housing items. It just depends on the random number generator for the day. You can cruise around your own private PvP ring, or even step into it and try to beat the crap out of somebody. What's better than that? You can go over here, just like I do daily, and wonder what the heck is behind this gate, because, boys, one of these days I'm going to have to glitch past this gate and see how far that little lane goes over there. I'm sure it just goes barely out of sight, but, hey, I'm one of those who wants to know. One of these days I'm going to do that. I'm going to glitch up past this gate and find out what's going on over there. Regardless of that, hey, not only does it have its own PvP ring, but you got your own graveyard. I mean, that is pretty cool. You got your own little ghost chick here who's kind of cute, actually. Honestly. Kind of cute. What can you say? You're pretty cute for a ghost. Hey, baby, how you doing? Anyway, now that I've been kind of odd, I'll move on. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of the house guests, the creepy, crawly, ghosty house guests. But I did not get these from Monstrology. I got these from the pack opening video that I did not too long ago. So yeah, don't get too excited. These aren't Monstrology just quite yet, but they will be, or at least some variants of them will be pretty soon. Not only do you have your own PvP ring, not only do you have your own graveyard, you got your own private fishing retreat out here in the grimy gray. Well, maybe it's creepy purple. It just depends, I guess, where you're standing. In the grimy gray and or creepy purple waters around the grounds. Look at the size of that fish. I better get out of that fish is about big enough to swallow me. Look at the size of that bad boy. Good Lord. I'm going to get out of the water now because that might be Jaws right in there. Right there. You have all of your own creepy trees with, like, oh, the red eyeballs in certain ones, like that one that I just happened to notice over there. That's one of the things I like about this house. I've been here 100 times. And every time I take the time to like walk around slowly, I see something new that I didn't see before. It just amazes me how many little different things they have packed into this house. Let's go ahead and go up into the indoor portion along the long and winding creepy trail. I'm sure we could make this creepier if we wanted to, but it starts out with a pretty good base. Pretty good base of creepy. All right, let's go in the house just for a moment, take a quick tour of that. It has, as a focal point, the massive and monstrous pipe organ that I probably have blocked off. Oh, no, I can get through there. Good. The pipe organ, which you can play. Here we go. Your music volume is low, and that's okay. I'll just get off there now because, believe me, you don't want to hear what I play anyway. It probably hurts your ears. You probably have to turn the volume off anyhow. Let's just say I'm not musically inclined. But anyhow, besides that, you have your own huge library. Which I think would be really cool, by the way, guys, if we could put, like, books on these shelves of our own. I think that would be really cool. The point of the whole thing being is the Darkmoor Manor has a ton of fun and interactive stuff. This would be a great place. I'm sorry, it's storming outside. If you just heard that boom, that's thunder. That wasn't me. That's somebody cursing me for talking about this house. No, it's really not. It's thunder outside. There's kind of a storm going on here. I can't help that as far as the sounds go. But anyhow, this house would be great for a party of Halloween type, or even a 4th of July creepy party. Who could say? Lots and lots of room, lots and lots of space, lots and lots of excellent design. So I can see why this house made the top 5 list. I just thought it should have been a little bit higher. But what can I say? Hey, the people have spoken. This is the number 4 most favorite house in the spiral. Let's go ahead now and move on up to the next one. In the number 3 spot for the top 5 most favorite houses of the spiral is the pretty much new to the neighborhood Nomad's Camp. You gotta admit, guys, the views just kick it out. Look at this. I could just, if I had skin, I'd pull up a lawn chair right now, kick out the umbrella drink, and sit it back and get me a tan. As it was, well, I just kind of bleach out. I don't really tan, so that's really no good. But hey, regardless of that, the view is still awesome. This house, being part of the bundle, means you got to shell out crowns for it, or you got to shell out cash, whichever the case may be. And I expect that even after this house is retired, look at that sun, look at that. That's a freaking awesome view. I might make that my screenshot for this. Anyhow, even though you got to shell out crowns for it, or shell out money to go buy the card at the store or what have you, I suspect that even after this card is retired, just like a lot of the other favorite houses, this house will never truly be gone. I'm sure they will keep it on House of Palooza pretty much forever. Pretty much. As I said before with the PvP ring, that's all well and good. This house doesn't have a lot of different features going for it, other than the fact that you can like pop in one tent over here. Well, let's pop in one tent. You can pop in one tent here, get your little lamp prize for the day, and pop over here to the interior and go to any one of the other tents through the portals, which is, I have to say, pretty good, kind of a pretty cool feature. If you are playing house tag, I think that this would be a great house to play that tag game in, that wildfire tag, or a hide and seek game, or any kind of mini game like that where you have to move around a lot. I think this house would be really fun for that. I really do. I mean, look how you can just pop around everywhere and never get caught. I think that's really awesome. All right, let's pop out one of these. There we go. And come back out here. This house doesn't have the gardening benefit for it like the Red Barn Farm and the Botanical Gardens do. It doesn't have that, but you know what? Hey, it's got its own fishing pond. It's got its own little grassy areas where a body can set up a barbecue and go to a party with the friends. It's got great views. I'm trying to sell this real estate here, guys, so come on, help me out. Come and buy this house. Come buy my house. I only need $1 million, okay? Cough it up, and you can have this house. It's all good. No, I'm just kidding. It also comes with, let me get there to him again, because he's a ways up there. As you can see, I got a bunch of like yard sale looking crap down in this house because, well, it's sad to say I don't really have a lot of time to visit my houses very much, even though I do like them a lot. It's even got yonder camel merchant here who always gives you, well, he doesn't always give you pretty much junk, but pretty much, he pretty much gives you junk all the time. Anyhow, regardless of that, this is still a wonderful, wonderful house, and it's the favorite of a lot of people. Let me turn around here and get some good effect here. Man, I love that sunset. I really do. That's probably one of the things I love best about this house. That sunset right there. That is wonderful. Anyhow, that is it for the Nomads Camp. Let's go ahead now and move up to the number 2 most favorite house in the spiral. I will see you there in one moment. At number 2 on the list of the top 5 most favorite houses in the spiral is this little beauty right here. I know you know it just from its looks. It is the Red Barn Farm. It ranks number 2 on the list of favorites, but I have to say that of my own personal list, this one, it probably is my favorite. It's probably my favorite for the same reason that's a lot of the rest of you guys' favorite house. It has the ability for every single seed to like it, just because it's a farm. That's all you got to do. You got to plant a seed here, and it likes the house automatically. And there's nothing better than that. Except for the fact, well, there is actually something better than that, come to think of it. This is the only house on the tour right here that you can buy for gold. You do not have to go and dig into the pocket to get some crowns. You do not have to make the long trek to GameStop or any other place or eBay or something like that where the card's already retired and you have to make an epic search. You don't have to do any of that. All you got to do is go up to the crown shop, plunk down your 100,000 free in-game gold, and slam bam, you got yourself a Red Barn Farm. Which means you can start up the mega snack and seed production like a madman, just like I've done with these peas over here. Now, you'll notice I'm not approaching those peas too closely, and that's because they're a bunch of loudmouths. I can't hear myself think when I go near that many evil magma peas. They're just really, really boisterous sorts of plants. So I'm going to stay over here and talk about this house, and we'll just go ahead and move on and pretend the peas aren't really that loud. Now, this house doesn't have a ton of room, to be sure. I mean, as far as, you know, say something like, well, actually any of the other large land houses, Acropolis or anything like that. It doesn't have a ton of land area to put things on. But that's not really the purpose of this house. Really, the best purpose of this house is to be easy to acquire and to plant the living crap out of some seeds. That's really what it's for. It has a cool interior. It has that nice farmhousey look. Well, it does whenever you don't have it like loaded down with pets like I do here. Looks like a freaking zoo in here. I can imagine what the poop piles would look like if they were real animals. I can imagine. Anyhow, it has a nice interior. It has some big roomy areas. It has a lot of space for if you want to glitch or you want to put things down. You know, put down your roots, what have you. But it's really, at its core, meant to be a garden house. And, like I said before, one more time, guys, it doesn't cost crowns. It doesn't cost real cash. You can get it for endgame gold, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's a big factor, because I'm a poor YouTuber. I ain't got a lot of crowns to spend on buying houses and all that whatnot. So, yeah. It made it to number 2, but I personally feel this should be up there in one of the top spots. So that's just my own opinion. All right, let's go ahead now and move up to, at long last, the number 1 top most favorite house in the spiral. And at number 1, well, actually, this is tying for number 1 with another castle, which we'll get to in a moment. But at number 1 is this beautifully decorated, quite nice botanical gardens. If you haven't been to a botanical gardens house, I really recommend going to the castle tours, the housing area, and checking one out. These botanical gardens were really one of the more beautifully designed, beautifully made bundle houses that are available. This originally came out in the Evergreen bundle. Took a minute to load. There's so much stuff in here. It took a minute to load. Wow. This is a very heavily decorated place. Look at this. Very heavily decorated. Anyhow, this came out in the Evergreen bundle a couple of years back and was an immediate hit for one reason, because it is one of those houses that all your seeds, you know, you're growing those mega snacks to train your pets, whatnot like that, all the seeds automatically like this house. So it's an auto like for every seed that there is, and that in itself makes it a really valuable concern. A really wonderful house. It has, to date, the largest amount of indoor room, as you can see from this huge forest that's in here. This is all indoors. It has the largest amount of indoor room of any house ever made and sold in Wizard101. You can put a house inside this house. In fact, you probably put a couple of houses inside this house. Really nicely done. As you can see, it's even with this forest inside, it's still, if you see the actual architecture and the actual decorating of the house, the auto decorating, you know, the stuff that comes with it, it's really beautifully done. Sort of to mock up a greenhouse, I do believe, from the big glass panels and whatnot like that. Also comes with this lovely gardening bonus, this whole carnivorous plant thing. If you pull one lever or another, you will gain treasure cards and or goods like this. I gain a golden apple, a fickle pickle, and a worker bee treasure card, which is a wonderful thing. Once per day, you can pick up gardening treasure cards and have the carnivorous plant laugh at you. What a lovely thing. All right, let's go back outside and tour this just for a little bit more. This house, as you may or may not know, has its own PvP ring. So you can be here at a party with your friends. This way, I like how follow the arrows, follow the signs. Has its own PvP ring, as I was saying, so you can hang out with your friends here. It has a huge, just along with its usual. Oh, I thought they had it blocked off. Along with its usual lovely decor, it has many mazes, myths, and paths to follow, plus more than a few secrets where you can walk through walls and whatnot like that into secret areas. I know there's one along here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it's at. No, I'm not going to worry about it for now, because it's really, there's no point to it. But anyhow, this is the tying for first place, #1 most favorite house in the spiral. And I can see why. It is a really wonderful place. Okay, let's go ahead now and move up to the other #1 favorite house. And the other house that is tied for #1, as you can see from the signpost, the massive fantasy palace. There we go. Let's start there. Morgan Shadowwalkers, massive fantasy palace. So Morgan, I just gave you some advertising for your house. This house has been around for an age. It came originally with the Griffin mount, a kiosk game, the usual gear, pet mount, all that whatnot, and it is a house that is from the retired Epic Bundle. Now, you can still find an Epic Bundle here and there. I'm going to walk around this while we're talking about it. You can still find an Epic Bundle here and there on eBay, like the actual card. But luckily, very luckily, King's Isle has decided from time to time to bring this house back up for sale whenever they have the House of Palooza event. And I do believe that the last time that they had this house was as recently as the 30th of last month, whenever they had the House of Palooza event. This house happens to be, as you can see, on Castle Tours, and it's one of the top-rated houses. So if you are looking for some new real estate to add to your collection, the massive Fantasy Palace is a can't-go-wrong housing. I mean, it comes with its own PvP ring. It comes with a lot of space for you to put things down in. I mean, look, we're just cruising around the outside. The inside's just about as big and spacious and roomy and having lots of places to put, random cannons, pets, plants, and otherwise. Just took a quick walk around there. And this is only the lower rampart. You can go up there to the upper rampart too, and you can go all the way up there. That's just if you're not familiar with this house. And again, if you're looking to buy yourself some real estate. Look, there's some folks over here getting ready to fight. I'd like to sit there and watch them and add PvP to this video, but we've got some other things to do today, including other videos, so I'm not going to watch that PvP fight. Sorry, guys. I know, I probably disappointed you. This place not only has a lot of room, it has the secret passages that you come to expect from Wizard101 bundle houses. There's always a little bit of a secret and a little bit of a trick and a little bit of a joy, including, if you don't know, going up on that yonder island that's way up there in the sky. There's a teleporter inside the castle that will take you up there. That's just if you didn't know. I think this house has been around so long that most of you probably know the ins and outs. But then again, maybe you don't. Maybe this is fresh information to you. Maybe you're still... apparently I can't get past that guy's car. Maybe you're still looking for some real estate and you don't know what to buy, and this thing is hitting the spot just perfectly. Anyway, after all of that, the massive Fantasy Palace ties, after all this time, for the #1 top favorite house in Wizard101. I was really surprised whenever the results came in on this. But then again, once you come back and visit it and you look at it, maybe you haven't been here for a while, you realize that, hey, you know what? This is a really cool house. There is a really lot you can do with this place. So guys, there you have it. That is the #1, well, tied for #1, top favorite house in the spiral. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, a good hard smash, and as well subscribe and share. I would really love to see more of you around here. Until next time, this is Skelemystyk reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace! Hey, what's up, your Skelemystyk? I am here today in Wisteria. I am here with the dean of the school. The reason I'm here with the dean of the school, because, well, tell me that isn't an attractive little NPC right there. How many of you guys have been going along, questing, and you run across an NPC and you're like, wow, that